Welcome to my YouTube channel once more. This channel, as usual, is meant to make sure that the learners who are undertaking their grade 12's examinations are assisted with the basic accounting concepts. So in this video, we are going to run through the adjustment to final accounts. The word adjustments, as it is suggested here, it is simply looking at the changes, okay, that are supposed to be effected to the financial accounts before a report can be published. So to ensure that our final accounts reflect the true view of the trading results, it is always important to take into account all the expenses incurred, whether these expenses are paid for or not. They must be accounted for. Also, the payments made, they must, or the incomes earned, they must also be accounted for. So, if these expenses are ignored, the danger is that the trading and profit and loss account will not reflect true profits of the business. And also the balance sheet might not indicate the true financial position of the business. It is therefore important that every adjustment is taken into account. Now, what are these adjustments that we are looking at? So, the adjustments that are under consideration are the arrears and accruals, both expenses and incomes, the closing stocks, prepaid or amounts paid in advance, bad debts and provisions for bad debts, depreciation, and also drawings in kind. These are the ones that will form part of our lessons under adjustments to final accounts. So to begin with, we'll look at the accruals, and we'll first of all look at the question which says Cosmos Nyirenda's business has an accounting year end of 31st December. He rents a factory at a rental cost of 6,000 kwacha per quarter, payable in arrears. During the year to 31st December 2021, his cost payment for rent has been as follows: 31st March 6,000, June 29th 6,000, October 28th 6,000, and we are being told that the final payment due on 31st December 2021 for the quarter to that date was not paid until 4th January 2022. So the question is asking us to prepare the factory rent account. Okay. So, as usual, we first of all look at the date when the transaction took place, and we are able to see here that the first transaction took place on 31st March 2004. And because the question is silent on whether the payment was made through the bank or cash, we indicate that it is bank because most of the organizations, they are avoiding trading in cash, okay, for obvious reasons. So they much deal with the bank. So that's the reason why we're putting bank there. And also the 6,000 kwacha payment which was made has been indicated on the debit side, okay. The reasons are that these are expenses, okay. You know, expenses, they always have a debit balance, okay, for the reason that they just consume. We don't expect much from these expenses that we are paying. So that's the reason why they are being debited. Now we are asked to say on 31st December, how much are we supposed to transfer to the profit and loss account? So after adding all this, we find the totals here. And then we are being told that there was a balance, okay, an accrued balance being carried down to the next accounting period. We have put it on the debit side because this amount is still owing, okay, so it should be brought down as a credit entry to show that it is an owing. So that when it is paid in this financial period, it should be brought down as a debit balance. So we have debited here this 6,000 kwacha so that it can be brought down credit entry to indicate that it is still an owing. So once we add this, the balancing figure is what we take to the profit and loss account as an expense for the year. So 24,000 kwacha is what is supposed to be recorded in the profit and loss account for this particular financial period. Okay? It is important that if you forget, okay, if you forget your double entry bookkeeping system And also the treatment of expenses, you can go back and remind yourself a bit about the expenses, how expenses, individual expenses are supposed to be treated, and how is the double entry system supposed to be carried out. I hope you enjoyed my lesson. We hope to see you in the next lesson. Thank you.